All right, hey guys, it's Ashley. I'm back with another update of guests behaving badly. It's where I share my favorite stories as an Airbnb host and designer for the past 8 years of really bad guests. And I already know that people are going to say there are bad guests and there's bad hosts. Absolutely. I'm just sharing my stories. So we're going to talk about the fridge incident. I had a couple that messaged me and said they were local, but they were doing house repairs. They needed a place to crash for a week because of those house repairs. Seems completely normal. So I had a tech come out within a few hours. Tech said, the fridge is fried. The cost for a new part of that control panel is going to be about the same as a new fridge, so you might as well get a new fridge. So knowing that things happen, the guests were completely calm, very chill, and said, no problem, can you bring over some coolers and get a new fridge? Which we brought over some new coolers. I dropped them off outside the home, and we ordered a new fridge. Next day the fridge comes. Lowe's calls me and says, hey, we're going to switch out the fridges because I paid for the removal of the other fridge. And just for records and documentation, I said, you know what, can you just snap a picture of the old fridge just in case I have any warranties on that, because I couldn't remember when I bought it or how old it was. Lo and behold, I get a text message from the Lowe's employee, and that's not my fridge. My fridge was stainless steel. This fridge was black. I'm a little bit confused at the time, so I go back to my Airbnb photos because I don't even trust my memory. And sure enough, that was a stainless steel fridge. And why is this fridge in my kitchen black? I go back to my walkthrough photos of before these guests check in, and sure enough, there's a stainless steel fridge. So I can at least have a time and stamp date of when this fridge was missing. Turns out it was cheaper to rent an Airbnb than it was to swap out the fridge that broke at their home. So they actually brought their old fridge over, swapped it out for our fridge that was actually working the whole time, thought they could get away with telling us that the fridge had broke and that we would be able to switch it out and no problem. They could go on their business. They had a vacation and a free fridge. Obviously that was not the case. I gave them 2 hours to get out and bring the fridge back, which they did. They had no problem because they not only were local, they were like a couple streets over local. So it goes to show this is why we take walkthrough photos. This is why we have documentation everywhere. Not only protects the host, but it also protects the guest in case a host, if we do have a really bad host that wanted to make a claim, I recommend for guests that they take walkthrough photos before that's time-stamped because that saved us as well. Stay tuned for more.